Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host, Justin P, and my MVP co-host, Miss Shannon Finch. This is episode 78 for the YouTube channel, and also for the audio version for those who can't watch live. If you're busy working or doing anything, or, you got your kids, so you just want to listen, the audio version description is right there in the links. Right along with me and Shannon's social media platforms are all right there in the description. Shannon got some fire topics for us as usual. So, without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to the $1 million co-host. Go ahead, Shannon.
All right, so let's start off with your good, bad, and ugly for week two.
Looks good. Bad and ugly. Sorry, everybody. Stream y'all. It's not the best, but we gotta make it work. Uh, Good. Lamar Jackson. He had a subpar game last week. Bounced back. That I think a lot of that came from Russ and not playing football since November of last year. He did his thing. Gus did his thing, ran hard. Justice Hill played well. Mark Andrews come back, have a stellar game, score a touchdown. It's a lot of good this week. Zay Flowers did his thing. The offensive line, well, two starters. So that's, Sam Mustafa and Pat McCarr, they did their thing. Uh, Pat Ricard, too, because he's picking up a lot of blitzes. Like I said, it's not going to show up in the stat sheet. But real football people like me and you and others who really know the game, that's important. So we definitely
Hmm.
hats off to Ricard. Uh, let's see. Defensively, definitely Clowney got his first sack as a Raven. The secondary Ronald, like I posted on every Ravens group I could. Ronald Darby, Rockison, and Brandon Stevens did their thing. Geno Stone with that big pick, he should have cut back and scored. You could tell he probably ain't played running back before because that was a clear pick six. And I didn't even see the play because I was on my way to to this little lounge. We was listening to it in the car. I said, "Oh damn!" I said, "I gotta watch it." Not saying that he definitely would have ran it back.
Hmm.
So yeah, those are all look good right there. Of course, Roquan and Patrick Queen were all over the place. Bad. Only that bad I could say was few missed tackles here and there. Few missed tackles. Uh, that's really it. Honestly, a few missed tackles, a few blown coverages because Queen and Roquan were coming up when they should have stayed back in their zones. So that's about it. Ugly penalties. We gotta clean that up. It was a little bit better this week. And the special teams was horrible this week. As far as, because we missed the field goal, nothing against come man. And then we so definitely that was the only ugly for this week was the special teams and penalties.
Okay, so my good are pretty much the same as yours. Offense and defense, hands down. They did the damn thing on Sunday. I was extremely proud of the offensive line because that was one of my concerns going into this week. Having missing two starters, and to me, I didn't even realize. If you didn't know, you wouldn't have known that two starters are out. Like that's how well they played. The secondary, they were amazing to me. I mean, they possibly went against arguably the best wide receiver core in the league, if not the best, top two, three. And they did a good job majority, for
For
the
sure.
most part. I mean, I was proud. I couldn't have been more proud of the offense and the defense. Um, the bad to me was the special teams. Because like you said, Justin Tucker missed the kick. Even though I felt like why did they kick? I didn't get kicking that long field goal anyway. Like I know we're so used to Tucker doing things and it'd be automatic, and we've seen him do amazing things. But at that point of the game, at that moment, I really didn't understand the purpose of even going for that. But he did that. And other than that, like on returns, it really wasn't anything that was like spectacular out of this world. So they were kind of bad to me Sunday. And as far as the ugly, I agree with you. The penalties, we definitely need to clean that up. And injuries, we lost Odell. He went out during the game, and then he was out for the rest of the game. It's being said that he should be okay, but we don't know if he's going to be playing Sunday or not. We talked about that off screen, and we'll probably get into that a little bit later with him. But I've heard, and then I just found out today that Adarius Washington was placed on IR. So obviously he got
Damn.
hurt. They said it was a chest. Yep, they said it was a chest injury. So he's on IR. So again, another week. We're leaving out banged up and without guys, but penalties and injuries were definitely the ugly for this week.
Yeah, Deron Harmon great get that call up, so that's good. Veteran safety was on a couple of those
Hmm.
Super Bowl teams in New England, so he brings some good stuff here. I ain't too worried about that, but definitely get well with Darius because he was playing
Yeah.
pretty well. All right, here's our second
Hmm.
topic. Go ahead, co-host. Floor's yours.
All right. So now we're going to do position grades, and we will start with quarterback. What do you
Go ahead,
give
Shannon.
Lamar?
It's all yours.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I mean, well, it kind of lagged at the end, but yeah, you can go ahead and continue.
Oh. Oh yeah, I was just saying we're going to do the position grades now, and how do you grade Lamar?
Uh, he get an A plus. I mean, didn't turn the ball over. Was 24-33. No about 70 plus percent again both weeks. Like I said, first week it just didn't look as good because of the turnovers. But back to back again, 70 over 70 completion percentage. Like I said, two tubs, no interceptions. Made plays with his legs and his arms. So yeah, definitely A plus.
I'll give him an A minus. Because he did have a fumble. I don't know if you saw that or not when you were on your way to watch the game, because he was kind of holding the ball a little bit loose. But after that, he definitely improved on that.
That didn't count. That didn't count, right? That didn't count, right? I thought that was a penalty on them or something like that.
No, I thought he fumbled it. I don't remember. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to go back and look.
he got he fell on it. Yeah, I know you talking about. Then it was illegal contact on Mike Hilton or something like that. Yeah, that didn't count against the stats. I know exactly what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Nonetheless, it happened, right? So that's the only reason why I'm
Right.
having a minus, only because he had fumbles in week one. We come into this week and you're doing that as well. But like I said, after the fumble, he was definitely more secure with the ball when he was running it. So outside of that's not me trying to nitpick. That's only giving him a minus because I can't. I was like, I remember that happening in the game. So I was just like, damn, he fumbled last week. He fumbled again this week. Fumbling is a turnover if the other team can get it. So that's never a good thing. But again, like I said, he improved drastically after that. Even the commentators, Matt Ryan and them were saying how more secure he was holding the ball. So he can't hold the ball like it's bread. But he, like I said, he got better. So he
Mhm.
definitely gets an A minus. That was a great game from Lamar. The way he spread the ball out. It seemed like everybody got some touches and got in on a game. That was amazing, and I absolutely loved how in control he looked. I can't recall ever seeing Lamar look more in control at the line with the way he was changing plays and things like that. And I said it last week. When you ask for more control and you get it, more is going to be expected from you. So I'm definitely proud of the way he looked on Sunday. Like I said, the man, he was in command. He demanded. He did everything he needed to do on Sunday. That was a great game by Lamar. So how do you
Definitely,
rate the
definitely,
running
definitely.
backs?
I think they get an A because, like I said, they got some big yardage that put the game away. No fumbles, no missed blocks. Both of them did good. Gus, was getting 4 or 5 as usual. And, Justice did his thing, catching the ball at the backfield, screens and all that. So they definitely get an
Yeah, I'm going to say A as well. I mean, that was more like a running back by committee kind of thing. It wasn't like anybody had a big dominant game, but they all played their part. They all got yards. They all, contributed to that win. So they definitely get an A. No complaints about the running backs for me.
A. Indeed.
All right. So how do you want to grade the offensive line?
I'll give him an A as well because for you to be down 2 starters and don't give up no sacks, I mean, pressures and hurries are going to happen. Especially if
Hmm.
that's just what it is. It's going to happen because in this league you got 2.5 seconds to get rid of the football. So
Right.
yeah, they did great. I definitely gotta get them an A, man. Masterfoot played well, and Bakari even more so than Lamar. Moses, he stepped this game up because last week Will Anderson, he was great. Let Will Anderson walk into the Hall of Fame as a rookie. Like you know what I mean? Like they had like Miko Rounds was great giving Will Anderson his gold jacket already. So he stepped it up. So yeah, I give him an A.
Same thing for everything you said. I mean, I don't think anybody could have imagined that they would have won that game and didn't give up no sacks. Like I never would have thought that. So that was great. I don't. It's not much to say about them. They might. I might need to give them an A plus. Like they were really really good on Sunday. Great actually. So how do you grade the Titans, Mark Andrews and the crew?
I gotta give him an A because like they did everything they were asked to do. He came back, scored, and they moved the ball. Likely got involved, blocking and stuff. And Polar got hurt, unfortunately, but yeah, they get A.
Same thing. Same thing. Um, I was so happy to see Mark Andrews back. He did exactly what we needed him to do. There's not much to say about that. Like A's across the board. All right. So lastly, with offense, wide receivers, what do you grade give them? What grade do you give them?
I gotta get him an A as well because I gave A by A. Like I said, it's just this game is not really only a few negatives. Xavier did
Hmm.
his thing. Aguilar had a big game. Bateman got involved. Odell was getting involved before he got hurt. So yeah, definitely
Hmm. Same. Like I said earlier, it seemed like Lamar was getting the ball to everybody. Everybody got some touches. Everybody got involved, and that's when you can really feel like it was a team win and everybody did it. I mean, the offense was amazing on Sunday. Like you said, A's across the board. Can't. It's nothing I could say negative about them, honestly. All right, so let's move over to the defense. We'll start with the defensive line. What grade do you give them?
A. I give them a B plus. They did get some pressure. They stopped the run pretty well, but Joe Mixon did get a couple good runs on us. So just guys not staying on position. They slashing inside. They're supposed to stay outside. But so I'll give them a B plus.
Same. The funny thing about watching sports is like you said, Mixon got off some big runs, right? In my mind, before I knew what his stats were, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I said to my family because I was watching the game with my family. I said, "Goodness, how many yards he got? He probably got close to 100." Like I'm thinking, because it just seemed like he was getting off a lot of big yards. And at that point, they had just put up his yards, and he only had like 57.
You're
So
right.
it's like sometimes it looks like, oh my goodness, because it can be something big, but ultimately it's like, okay, what did you end up with? I don't know what his stats were in the end, but I do remember saying during the game, like,
Yes,
goodness, how many
yes,
yards he got?
68 yards on
Okay, I
20
mean that's
carries.
solid, pretty
You did
solid. I
good.
mean, we
That's
do good,
good.
right? Yeah,
You hold somebody to 100 nowadays. That's good.
yeah,
So
like that's what I'm saying. Like for us, if we wanna hold you to under 100, so that's awesome for us, which is why I definitely got to give them a B. I mean, I probably could give them an A, but I'll give them a B because I mean, it's always still work and things they can do to improve. But they definitely get a B. All right. So, what grade do you give the linebackers, pass rushers, and inside linebackers?
they get an A plus. They play well. They play well. Besides the finger miscues that can sound coverage, they played well. Roquan and Queen was coming out making tackles. Was coming off the edge, getting tackles in the backfield. Clowney got that big sack, so I give them an A plus.
Ditto. For all the reasons you just said. I mean, I can't it's like I run out of words for speaking about how good this linebacker group is because particularly about the pass rushers, we talked about that being a big concern in the offseason. And so far through two games, they don't look totally bad. Like we said, week one, Clowney was getting there. We saw him in week two get there and get a sack. That was a big deal. Pass rush and having a pass rusher has been an issue in Baltimore since Terrell Suggs left. Like we've been searching for that since he left. So it was just good to see that on Sunday. Roquan and Queen, I mean, best linebacker duo in the league. What more can you say about them? So I totally agree with you on that. All right, and what grade do you give the secondary, safeties, and cornerbacks?
We going to secondary as a whole.
Yeah, it's the cornerbacks, cornerbacks and safeties.
Okay. That's cool. They get an A plus. You hold Jamar Chase to 53 yards receiving, T Higgins only 80, Tyler Boyd only 40 something yards, and Joe Burrow like under 300 yards. You get an A plus. That's just and Gino got a pick too. A plus. Enough said.
Hmm. Same. I mean, I can't speak more highly about them either because we were definitely concerned when Marlon went down. Then you have Marcus Williams go down, and you just continue to see guys just step up. Like, I mean, to me, that's just a testament to the coaching and the culture that the Ravens have. And as many Ravens fans that don't like John Harbaugh, that's one of the reasons why I do like him because he always has a well coached team. So it's like you got to give Eric DeCosta the props for getting the right players and getting the right guys in here, and then you got to give John props for being able to pick the right guys to be a part of the team. And John always picks a lot of guys that can do different things. Like he likes players who are versatile, and it always ends up helping us in the end. But the secondary, like you said, if you can hold that core to what you did, yeah, they scored. They made some plays here and there. It got a little interesting in the end, but ultimately, I never felt like the game was in doubt. You know what I mean? Like the whole game, I felt comfortable watching it. Like, oh, we're going to win this game. And the secondary played a big part in that for me. So I'll definitely give them an A as well. Like I said, offense and defense, they were really really good on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah,
All
agree.
right.
I agree. I agree.
All right, so we have a couple of topics that we can get into now. So I don't know if you heard about Marcus Williams. He's not going to have surgery, and he's not going to be placed on IR. Is that good news to you?
Yeah, I saw it on my ESPN app, so I do catch certain stuff. Yeah, that is good news. I mean, now we can have him back at some point in time in the season versus him being out for a whole entire year. So he basically said, man, hey, man, I'm going to gut it out for y'all, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit back, you know. This is what, a shoulder, right?
I think it's like something in his pec, like a torn
I
pec,
believe
like a
it's his
muscle.
shoulder, right? It's just,
No, I don't. Well, I thought it was a tear in his pec, but I can look it up.
dead antler spray. Yeah, dead antler spray, baby. Go ahead, put your little harness on your arm and roll. You know what I mean? And roll. But yeah, it's a good news because we definitely need him back there patrolling the secondary. But then and that's just gonna make Geno Stone game a lot better because him and Marcus get to pick each other brains and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely a good sign that we're gonna get him back this season.
So I just looked it up. It says that it's a pectoral injury, so I assume that's something in his arm, not necessarily his shoulder. But I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, right up. No, I know because from playing sports, yeah, right up here, yeah,
That's his shoulder.
yeah. So he should be fine. Put a little harm. He'll be good to go.
But I'm saying, is it pectoral his shoulder, or is it like in
Yeah,
his
sorry,
arm?
folks. Stream y'all. It's right like above your biceps. It's like right in that area right there,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
like your lower
So
part of your bicep right there. So he must have strained it apart from the muscle. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's a good thing that
No,
he's
go ahead,
not.
go ahead.
I think it's a good thing that he's not going on IR, or that he won't even need surgery. I mean, if he's ready to come back in 8 weeks, cool. And if he's not, we still have time to work him back into the rotation. So it's a good thing because it lets you know that it's not that serious. Like if it was that serious, I think he would have got surgery and we would have went from there. But it's definitely good news. And like I said, we definitely want these guys to be around later in the season. So if we need to have them off for the first, you know, 2 quarters, fine. Let them heal up. We don't have to rush him back. But I think it's definitely great news, actually, that he doesn't have to have surgery and that we're not going to put him on IR. All right. So the
Yeah.
next topic I have, um, oh, we can do that one first. Okay. So what do you think about Kenny and Drake coming in for a visit with the Ravens?
Uh, it tells me one thing. Keaton Mitchell must be more hurt than what they expected. So he must be hurt more than what they would let on to be. They must got some news that say he's going to miss more time than initially they thought. So getting Drake, yeah, I like it because he already been here, played pretty well here when he got his opportunities last year. Because the Giants had a 100-yard game, played well against the Saints, played well against the Bucks. Like he did pretty well. While J.K. was out, still coming in and out. So yeah, I like it, man. He knows the Ravens facility and well, but he just got to learn Monk's offense, which shouldn't be too difficult, honestly. But yeah, it's familiarity with him. And Kenyon Drake is a good locker room guy too. So I'm cool with it. I like it.
Same. I like it as well. Like you said, he knows the organization. It is a new offense. But I don't think that it would be hard for him to pick it up. It did make me think about Melvin Gordon and Keaton because I was wondering, like, okay, if we still have technically four running backs, then why are we bringing in a fifth? So it did make me wonder about who we have on the roster. But I think it definitely makes sense to bring in Kenyon. I mean, like you said, he's been on the team. He knows the guys. All he has to do is really learn a playbook, you know. So I think that's not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
All right, and are you concerned about Odell's ankle injury? He left the game Sunday and didn't come back. They're not really saying if he's week to week. I guess they're kind of just playing it by ear. But are you concerned about the injury?
Not really. Like I said, let him rest. That way, by the time we play the Browns, he'll be ready to roll. Because he get that extra week
Hmm.
to get treatment. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be long term. Because if it was, they would have made him. They would have called up somebody for the practice squad to play receiver. Whoever Treadwell, somebody. But yeah, I think he'll be ready within 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about it. Not majorly concerned, just a little. The reason why is because I've noticed with some athletes, like once they get a knee injury, then maybe the next injury they get it might be an Achilles. Then next thing you know, it's an ankle. Like it seems like once you get one leg injury, other things in that vicinity just starts to mess up as well. So that's what makes me a little concerned with Odell. Like I hope it's nothing serious. Because if you're injured 3 out of 4 years, people start calling you injury prone. Then it's like you got to deal with that label. So again, I hope it's nothing too serious. We already have seen Odell's impact on the team, especially on big downs, third downs. He's making those plays. So we definitely need him. So all I will say is Odell, get well soon.
Yeah, definitely. Because he going like I said, because he just makes us a much better dangerous offense. You got Ham, Zay, Aguilar giving us something. You know what I mean? Dubin, you got still got
Hmm.
Dubin there. You got Bateman. So you just give us more plethora of weapons. And you still got to count for 89 and 80. So it's like, what you gonna do? You can't double cover everybody. Then you still got Lamar and
Hmm.
Gus and them. So yeah, Todd
Right.
Monken got a lot of weapons at his disposal. So yeah, definitely, definitely let him chill against the Colts and then bring him back. See how he's feeling the week of the Browns game.
Yep, I agree.
Anything you want to say before we wrap it up, co-host?
No, I hope I sound okay. I'm getting sick, so I've been taking medicine and drinking orange juice all day. Um, but no, I'm just ready for next week. You know, we got a home game, so it should be lit.
Yeah. So I want to say definitely shout out to the O's. They won today. I think it's 8-7. Got
Oh yeah,
94
oh
wins. I
yeah,
had us at 88. They won 94 games, so they look like they're gonna win 100 games.
yes,
So
definitely shout
definitely
out to the
keep
O's in
doing
the
your thing.
playoffs.
My dream is to have two. Yep, my dream is to have two parades this year. One in October, and one in February. That hasn't happened in 53 years since the Colts and the Orioles did it. So let's make history repeat itself. But yeah, thank you everybody for
Hmm.
tuning in. No, wasn't super long show, but still, thank y'all for checking it out. I already know, like, subscribe, share. Like man, Shan, I made a post earlier. Anybody wants to come on, just hit us up in the inbox /DMs, and we'll work something out. It's open to anybody. We're not on that type of selective stuff. So it's free for open forum. So everybody, make sure you trade. Y'all know what that means. It says right there. Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host Justin P. and my MVP $1 million co-host Miss Shannon Fitch. We'll see y'all Thursday. We're gonna be doing a preview of week 3. Talking about matchup positions and stuff like that. And then, Super D, the mailman, he'll be back on here with us as well. And I think we're gonna have another guest on here. We'll finalize that before
Mhm.
Thursday show. So yeah. Bye y'all guys. Have an amazing Tuesday and we are out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye Shannon.